Hi, everybody. I know there's only one person on, but regardless, I want this to be as smooth as possible. Two more people, so three people. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're having a good weekend. If you've just joined, please drop your name and where you're joining us from in the comments section so that we can give you a shout out. So drop your name and where you're joining us from in the comment section. All right, so while you're doing that, I'm just going to introduce myself. My name is Claudia, and I'm the founder of No Ordinary Life. Today, we're going to be having a session on personal branding with our guest speaker, Mwaphira James. When he comes, he will be able to introduce himself properly, everyone to know who he is. But he did say he was going to be running late, so I may have to take up a little bit of your time. And we'll see how it goes. So I hope people are dropping their names and where they're joining us from in the comment section. I don't see any comments so far. But yes, if most of you are joining us on YouTube, so drop your name and where you're joining us from in the comment section. And yes, so I've introduced myself. I think what I'll do next is I'll introduce No Ordinary Life. But I do want a few more people to have joined by then. So let's just watch a video for one of our videos for a couple of minutes while we wait for a few more to join. And I'll also try to get our guest speaker on this. Okay, we have 4 people. That's good. Give me a moment. Hi guys, welcome to No Ordinary Life. Okay, sorry about that. It froze on my side, so I couldn't see what you were seeing. All right, so I think we'll get started. It's 5 minutes in, and I don't like to go beyond 5 minutes. So as we wait for our guest speaker, I'll just talk a little bit on No Ordinary Life. All right, so bear with me as I get my slide ready. So hopefully you can all hear me. Okay, yes, I am audible. Fantastic. So, No Ordinary Life, and also known as NOL, is committed to equipping young individuals with the practical skills, confidence, and guidance needed to thrive in today's world. Through targeted training in employability, financial literacy, and personal development, we empower those aged 18 to 30 plus, which is from pre-university students to early career professionals, to transition successfully into adulthood. Our programs foster resilience, ambition, and purpose, unlocking every participant's full potential. So hopefully, it doesn't matter what age you're joining us from, but even though it says 18 to 30 plus, it's we literally mean like beyond 30. So you could be in your 50s, your 60s watching this, and it's still completely great for us. As we said, we want everyone to have a no ordinary life. And our tagline is inspiring ordinary people to live extraordinary lives. So it doesn't matter what age you are still a no ordinary life. um, still a no ordinary lifer. Thank you very much for commenting, Christine, and everyone else that's joined us. Please put some your comments in the comment section so we know where you're joining us from and who you are, so we can give you a shout out.
But not yeah. I think it's coming in. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Yeah, nice one. Nice. Nice. Okay. So yeah, I think can everyone see the slides? Can we see the reactions in the chat box on YouTube or somehow? Can we see the slides? Guys, are you able to see the slides?
they can, because I can see. I'm watching it on YouTube and I can see what they're seeing. So yes,
Ah, okay, okay. That's
yeah.
nice. So I think we can
Mm.
go ahead and the first three, I'm very sorry because the network was very bad and in I'm here in Malawi in Africa and mostly we do have a lot of electricity issues and when electricity is off, the network is also very bad. So I didn't expect it that this will happen, but I'm very sorry for the delays and sorry for taking up a lot of time. Yeah, I see hope Chao Mwali, I think she is also joining from Malawi. I just hope the network is good from there. I also see Budi Pumuzo Sadi. I'm from South Africa. Wow, that's nice. That's nice. Nice to meet you guys, and nice to meet someone from Malawi also. And yeah, I'm very sorry for the network, but yeah, let's go on. And I hope we are going to learn a lot. Can I just see some reactions on how you guys are doing and where are you watching from and what are you expecting from the session? Yeah, can I have some heads up in the chat box? Like where you are listening from, and also what are you expecting to learn from this session, especially when it comes to personal branding. So we want to see some expectations and see how can we relate at the end of the day after finishing the sessions. Yeah, I see Legama Mpiru. I think she's from Uganda. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. We have someone from Uganda. That's nice. That's nice. Oh, there's Chiembeke Zomali joining from Malawi as well. That's nice. That's nice. Okay, so let's get on to the main sessions. And I just want to confirm, Claudia, are you able to hear me right now, right? Hello, Claudia, are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
Okay, so I can go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you
Yes.
so
Go
much.
ahead.
Okay, so now
Yeah.
we can get it started. We are going to talk about personal branding. That is to stand out for the right reasons. Okay, so by the way, my name is Mwaphira James, and I'm the founder and CEO of Fredbridge Malawi, and I also learn help abroad Malawi. So when we say Fredbridge Malawi, it's more of it's a youth organization that we do a lot of work when it comes to youth empowerment. We conduct a lot of webinars, we do a lot of trainings, and we just want to create youths that are self-reliant. So our tagline is called self-reliant generation because we believe that a lot of young people might go to secondary schools, universities, but at the end of the day they don't know what to do in life and they don't even have a passion for life. So we started this organization just to give more clarity to the young people so that they are exposed to the world and they're exposed to a lot of career opportunities and also know what they are doing in life because people can graduate from university and 5 years later they don't even know what to do with their own life. So we are trying to give them that one. So you can check up with us on LinkedIn. Just type Bridge Malawi LinkedIn. You can check us on Facebook, on Instagram. We are on those platforms. Okay, thank you so much. So you can go to the next slide. You can scan this QR code. I can give you maybe let's say 10 seconds. You can scan the QR code to get to know more about myself because I am also very active on LinkedIn. I have almost 9,500 followers and I do post a lot of insights for students, for graduates, for young people, for young professionals. And almost every day I do post something new on LinkedIn and it's always very helpful. So you can always check my posts and you can learn so much from me. So just scan the QR code, you get a link tree for everything related to me. Okay? Yeah. So now let's go to the next slide. Yeah. Okay. So the question is the question is, what is what is a brand? What is a brand? So a brand is a perception people have about a product or a service or an individual. You see, I think there is always that mentality when we talk about a brand. It's always about a company. It's always about a product. It's always about a service or something. But most people does not really talk of an individual as a brand. Okay, most people doesn't really say that you are, a human being can be a brand on himself, something like that. So today we are going to talk more about that one, because we always hear about Apple, we always hear about Tesla, we always hear about so much companies. They're a brand. But what about you? You are also a brand as a person. So it represents value, reputation, and also promises. You should mark that word about promises, because if a brand is very good, people are going to trust it, and they are going to have a promise in their heart that if I buy a product from this company, I feel like it's going to help me. It's going to be, a very durable product that is going to sustain, for some time. That is a promise. So, it's what comes to mind when people hear your name or see your work. You know, whenever people hear about Mwaphira, like what comes into their mind? Whenever people hear about Claudia, what comes into their mind? Probably what should come into their mind, it's always, okay, Claudia is from No Ordinary Life. That is personal branding. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Okay, can we have the next slide? Okay. Yeah, so what is personal branding? It's intentional effort to create and influence public perception of yourself. In the last slide, I was talking about a product, I was talking about a service, and I was talking about a company. But now we are talking about a person. You're a human being, you have emotions, you have feelings, you're a social animal, and you connect with people, you relate with people. So when it comes to personal branding, it's intentional effort that you create, and that you make out there, that people can always know about yourself. It's a perception that you give to people. You showcase your skills, experience, and personalities. When people see your post, they should know that, okay, this is Claudia, this is James, this is this. It is something that differentiates yourself in a competitive environment. When it comes to the job market these days, it's very hard to get a job. Maybe there's a job and 1,000 people have applied for it. The question that comes in mind is always that, how am I going to win this job out of 1,000 people? That means you have to make yourself different from other people. Okay, so that is personal branding. Okay, let's go to the next slide. So the question is why personal branding is important. Why personal branding is important? Because we can talk about exposing yourself to the world out there, but why is it so important? um, for me, when I started off this journey about personal branding, I was kind of shy in the past, when I was in secondary school, and I didn't really want to interact with so much people. I was just a low-key person. I just love to, being myself and not talking too much. But at the end of the day, after reaching university level, I found out that, opportunities does not just knock at your doors. You have to expose yourself in the world, so that later, those opportunities can come back to you. You have to attract opportunities. So that's why we are talking about why personal branding is very important. It opens up new opportunities. It builds trust and credibility. For example, if someone knows you on LinkedIn, you post very important things and this and this, people are going to trust you. Even they haven't seen you in person, but somehow they'll have idea that, okay, this is James and this is what he do, this is what he do, something like that. It helps you stand out in career or businesses. As I said, 1,000 people have applied for a job. Why should they choose you out of 1,000 people? You have to stand out. Position you in an authoritative, in authoritative field. When we talk about management, if you have a very good personal branding platform and you expose yourself out there in the world, probably people are going to take you as a good leader. If you apply for a company for a job, people will say, we know this guy from LinkedIn, we know this guy from Facebook, from social media. Okay, something like that. So that is why personal branding is very important. You expose yourself there in the world, you carry yourself very well, to the point that even if people that did not meet you in real life, but at the same time, they'll have an idea of who you are as a person. And when you meet for opportunities, they are going to remember you. Okay? So we can go to the next slide. So understanding your value proposition. Okay? So mostly for the people who are just studying this journey about personal branding, they will always ask, what can I do as a person? What can I bring to the table? How can I present myself? How can I do this and that? They don't even know how to start. But I think the best place that you can start with is, what is unique skills and the experiences you bring to the table. I feel like every person in the world is very special in a certain way. Even if sometimes when you go to the remote areas, you find out that they don't have electricity, they don't have so much resources, no internet, no social media platforms. They are just people living out there. But at the end of the day, you find out that they have some skills and something special that is very different from everyone in the world. That's how life is. So always understand that as a person, you are very special, you are very unique, you have unique skills. Someone can cook the porridge, everyone 10 people can cook the porridge, but in as much as you are very good at cooking the porridge, people are going to love your porridge because everyone has unique skills. So you have to understand and explore in your field. Okay, and ask yourself, like, what am I good at? Okay, for example, maybe I love music, maybe I love writing, maybe I love AI, maybe I love technical things, so I have to start learning something related to engineering. Understand yourself, understand the experiences that you have done before. Maybe you have worked for a certain company, maybe you have worked for a certain organization. All those experiences, all those skills, they are something unique that makes your personal branding, and that makes you choose who you are and how you can present it to the whole world. Okay, you can also understand what problem can you solve as a person. You are living in a society. Trust me, there's no perfect society in the world. As long as we are on this earth, nothing is perfect. That means we are living in a society that is very complicated. There's always systems, there's always breakdowns, there's always problems every day. That means you have to ask yourself, what am I good at and what problems can I solve? And when you solve those problems, that can be part of your personal branding. For example, for me, I have seen that a lot of young people in Malawi, they are not really much clear on their career journey, and they don't even know what to do in life. They might know what to do, but they don't know how to do it. So there's a lot of issues and a lot of problems. So that's why I came up with this idea of starting Fresh Bridge Malawi, so that we can give credit to young people and make sure that they know what they are doing in life. That is solving problems, understanding what is problems in our society, and understanding how can we solve it. Also ask yourself, why should people choose you over others? That's how you can answer these questions about personal branding. Ask yourself, what am I good at? And if I go in a room of opportunities, is there a certain trend in me that can make people choose me out of 20 people? And when you answer that question, that, okay, I think I'm very good at using computers, I'm very good at Microsoft Excel, and this company wants someone who is a data entry person, that means they can pick me up because I'm very good at data entering, something like that. Ask yourself, what are you good at? And why should people choose you in the room of opportunities? Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Okay, so the other question is, define strength, passions, and unique edges. As we were continuing on identifying this journey of personal branding, you have to identify your strength, your passions, and your unique edges. Identify your core strength. I understand that every person is weak, and I understand that there's no one who is perfect, and we all have ups and downs. But I'm sure, despite those ups and downs, there's so much things that we are, and there's so much things that we have strength on. And apart from those weaknesses, we also have a lot of strengths. So that's why I will ask every young people to sit down one day, reflect on your journey, reflect on your life, and just 1 second, yeah. Yeah. So you have to sit down.
Okay, guys. So it looks like James has to do something quickly, so we'll put a pause on that. And yes, please, this is the time to probably put your questions in the chat, or actually, what you can do now is tell us what you're gaining from this. I put a few of the things I'm picking out from today's session in the chat. So let me see if I can go for that. So he mentioned something about a brand is a promise, and that's something that really stuck with me. A promise is something that can't be broken. So if people are investing in you, what's the guarantee of what's the guarantee of their output? So put your reflections and your what you're learning in the comments, please, so we can feed back to James. And he's back now.
You can hear me? Yeah, I think I was
Yeah.
kicked out by the network again. Yeah,
Ah,
but are you able to hear me?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
we
yeah.
can hear
Thank you
you.
so much. So
All
you
right.
can, yeah, you can put the slides. You can put the slides again. Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. As I said that we don't have electricity, so sometimes the network is kind of very tricky when there's no electricity. So I think it kicked me out, but now I hope it's very stable. But I'm very sorry, guys. I'm just trying my best. And yeah, we were talking about the defining strength and the passions and unique edges. Yeah, so I can see Steve in Konya is following, and I can see a lot of people are following. I love that, guys, and I love someone who is saying, I always wonder about that, and the people think when they hear my name, okay, that's nice, that's nice. So I was just checking the chat and to see what you guys are saying, but I love that you guys are learning, and we can continue. So I was talking about identifying your personal branding and what can you do as a person to know what to do in life and understanding strength. So I was saying that there's a problem with a lot of young people. We don't really sit down and just reflect on our career journey and just reflect on what is our core strength and what is our weaknesses. I have seen the trend that these days everyone is just busy in life, applying for opportunities, applying for scholarships, applying for funding. You are on LinkedIn checking what is going on in the world. You're on TikTok, you're on Facebook. And I feel like this kind of trend is kind of eating up a lot of people because we don't really find the time to just sit and reflect on our life. We don't even pause on life and think and find out what are we good at, find out what are we weak at. And if we find out what is our strength and what is our weaknesses, trust me, we'll be a very good people when it comes to personal branding, because when you know what is your strength, it's easy to put it out there in the world. you know Align your passion with your professional goals. There's so much going on in the world. As I said, there's a lot of AI. Every day there's new technologies coming up, and everyone just want to catch up with those things. And today you might think, okay, I want to start AI course. Tomorrow, okay, I want to start marketing. Next day I want to start this and that. I want to start graphic designing. There's almost 1,000 thing on your table, and you end up spending 5 years choosing this and that without even getting anything done. That is how dangerous it is. So you need to have professional goals and make sure that you align your passion with those professional goals. Okay, this year I'm going to learn about AI. Focus on AI that year and put other things as minors, and make sure that you have that professional goal and align that things with that professional goal. Okay, yeah. So yeah, and also make sure that you find out the unique combination that makes you, a different. Yeah, make sure that you find out the unique combination that makes you a different person. As I said, that if you apply for a job, if you apply for something, what is going to make you a very different person? So there might be 10 or 20 skills that you have. Sometimes you can combine those skills and make them into one skill, and that one skill can make you a different person from others. Okay, so you can use that as an opportunity. So let's go to the next slide. Yeah. Okay, so sell yourself with impact. Um, as I said, that we are living in a community whereby there's so much problems, there's so much issues happening every day, and you might be a very good solution to that problems. So make sure that you know how to pitch yourself as a person. When we say pitching yourself, when it comes to personal branding, it's not like you are going for a meeting or you are going for a presentation. No, it's just like the way you carry yourself as a person. That is a pitching on your own, it's a pitching because every day you are talking about yourself. Every day you are posting on LinkedIn. Every day you are posting on social media platforms. People are going to know you. That is part of your pitching. When someone sees my posts, they already know that this is how James sounds like. When someone sees my Facebook post, they already know that, okay, he's going to say something like this, and this is his tone. He's going to greet us, and this is how he presents himself. That's how it is. That means you need to create a pitching on social media platforms, a pitching on your personal life, because I feel like when it comes to personal branding, a lot of people we lash so much, making ourselves perfect on social media platforms, but yet on our everyday life, face to face life, we are not living it out, and that's why it becomes a problem when people meet you face to face. They'll be like, "Wow, is this the same guy we were seeing on social media? He always dress well, he always present himself well, but look how he is, as a person." So let's make the best use of this opportunity to always pitch ourselves in a physical way, but also even online presence. It should be a very good pitching way. Okay. Also use powerful storytelling to show your journey. There's a very social media is a very good platform where you can document your whole life, not really like you are being proud as a person, or you are just boasting about your achievement or something. No, it's not about boasting, but it's about showing the world that, okay, this can get done, because one day someone is going to look at your story. They are going through the same phase of life, and they're going to be encouraged by that one. So make sure that you are doing a lot of storytelling. You can tell people, okay, today I went for this and this is what I learned. Okay, I'm doing my AI course, and right now I have finished phase one, and this is what I have learned. Something like that. Make sure that you are telling a story, not just uh, posting meaningless posts, or when you talk to people, you just talk for a long time, but people cannot get the points. But make sure that you are communicating well and you are doing a very good storytelling. Okay. Another thing I can always advise people is always to be authentic. People connect with little stories. It's very easy for everyone to copy what someone is doing. Like, for example, when I started my journey on LinkedIn, that time I didn't even have maybe 100 followers. I was just checking on LinkedIn a lot of most followed people in Malawi. I checked a lot of most followed people in Nigeria, and when I saw that, I was just kind of like, wow, people have so much followers. How did they manage this? And there's always that temptations to copy those kind of people because they're already high profile people. You'd be like, wow, I want to be like this person. And you are starting to cop up to those people. You want to become like them. But I can tell you that you have to be your authentic self. For me, I'm a Christian, and I do believe that God has given everyone a very good gifts, and they are unique in a certain way, to the point that if they use their gifts and abilities in a certain way, they're going to be different from other people, because that's how God has created every person. People can be twins or can be triplets, but they are not the same person because they are not thinking the same thing at the same time. What the other twin is thinking is not the same thing what the other person is thinking. That means we are very unique in a certain way, and we have to be authentic to ourselves. When I say being authentic, is not in a James way where people are just using authenticity to showcase their body side of life, whereby, okay, I want to be authentic, so I'll become whatever I want. I want to be authentic, then I'll do whatever I want. No, that's not the authentic that I'm talking about. But I mean, just be yourself in a positive way, to the point that people are going to know you because of who you are. Don't cover other people. Just because someone has so much followers on LinkedIn or Facebook, and you start making the same content as they are, no, you are very different as a person. And if you are being authentic according to who you are, trust me, people are going to love it, because people love to connect with the little stories and with the little things. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Yeah, creating an online and offline presence. Be consistent in your message across platforms. As I say, maybe a lot of people does not have only one platform. They have LinkedIn, at the same time they have Facebook, at the same time they have sorry, They have Instagram, and they also have WhatsApp, where they post a lot of stories on their WhatsApp. That means you need to be consistent on your message. Let's say on Facebook, you post, I don't know, let's say for girls, you are on Facebook or you are on Instagram, you post a lot of body content there as a girl. You know how some people can use their bodies or whatever to, to showcase to people that, okay, I'm very beautiful. I know it's very important that you are very beautiful and you want to show the world, but don't get naked on social medias, or you know, present yourself in a professional way, whereby people, when they see your LinkedIn, you are a very professional person, you post a very good content, but when they see your Facebook and when they see your Instagram, you post a lot of bad things. It doesn't really add up to the value of who you are as a person. That means you need to know how you can present yourself and present the same message and be consistent on your message across all the platforms on social media. Make sure that you have a very good social media platforms that, you share good messages. You don't be a different person on different platforms, but be the same person. Okay, showcase your achievements and testimonies. I'm not, sometimes you just get small achievements, like you were attending a certain event and they gave you a certificate. If that is enough, you can post that certificate, like, okay, today I was attending a webinar, it was for 1 hour, but they gave us this certificate of participation, and this is what I have learned from the webinar. We were learning about financial literacy, and they were talking about this, and this was the speaker. That's very good. People are going to see that. They're going to see your certificate, and they're going to communicate, wow, I think you learned a lot, this and that. And you are going to attract a lot of opportunities that are in the same field of what you are talking about. So yeah, so the other thing is engage in networking opportunities, guys. Mostly, I always tell most young people that these days it's about who you know. you know Trust me, it's very hard these days to get opportunities if you don't know anyone in the field. That means you need to do a lot of networking as a person. When you are there on LinkedIn, when you are there on social platforms, when you are there in face-to-face activities, like maybe you went for a certain conference at BICC here in Malawi, there was maybe a certain event like for youth. Connect with the people, take their phone numbers. Bro, what do you do? I do this and this. Okay, what did you study? What are you working on these days? Can we share numbers so that we can continue on our journey? Maybe if you cannot share numbers, if you like privacy, you can always say, let's connect on LinkedIn, let's connect on Facebook, let's connect on Instagram, let's connect on this and that. Be having a very good network, and those people are going to remember you. When an opportunity comes that align with your skills, they are going to say, wow, I remember I met that guy and he said he did electrical engineering, and now have seen a vacancy. They need a certain electrical engineer in the field who have, let's say, 1 year experience, or they need graduate trainees. You are going to get there because this guy has called you that, okay, I saw this vacancy and I remembered you. So make sure that you are doing a lot of engagements, a lot of networking, and present yourself well. Okay, so yeah, let's go to the next slide. Yeah, so building credibility and confidence. Okay, so before I talk about this credibility and about confidence thing, I would also like to stress much about the previous slide. Can you go back to this previous slide? Sorry, because there's a certain point I think it's very important. Okay, so when it comes to online and offline presence, there's one thing that I forgot to tell you guys, especially on social media platforms. These days, when you apply for jobs, when you apply for interviews, maybe you are applying for embassies, you're applying for anything. Trust me, even in the US embassy these days, they are asking people to put their social media platforms open. If you have a private Instagram account and you are going for interview for US embassy, they will tell you to make it public, not to make it hidden to the public. Most embassies, most job platforms, they are doing that. They go to your they go to Google, type your name, and your social media platforms and posts are going to come there. So I want you to do an exercise right now, wherever you are. Can you go to Google and type your name in the Google and check what is coming on on your platforms, and also click images and check what is showing up, because maybe when you are in secondary school or in your high school, you were drinking alcohol, you were smoking, and you posted those pictures while you were at the party. Trust me, if you are not careful, these people, these pictures, they are kept in the crowd services, and they are going to come back when you are going for interviews, and you are going to platforms, and you wonder like, wow, why didn't I get picked up for this opportunity? I'm almost having all the qualifications, but why didn't they pick me up? It might be your social media presence. You forgot to delete your old post. So I always encourage most young people when it comes to personal branding, clean up your social media platforms, clean up your social media presence so that people are going to see good stuff. So can I see in the comment section? Uh, yeah. Can I see in the comment section? What are you guys seeing? When it comes to your social media platforms, I just want to see in the comment section that I'm seeing this, And I like the comment that has been commented in the chat, that internet never forgets. They say it's true. It will never forget because it's there. Some people have posted things, and they get logged out of their account because they forget the passwords, and they cannot delete those things until now, and it's still there until now. I remember I have my old Instagram account. I don't know what happens when I was in university, but I did not post anything bad. But I don't like that account because I was very childish. I have been trying to access it and delete my own things, but until now, I can't delete them, because I lost all the connections to that account. I've tried using Google email. I mean, I have tried to use my email to recover everything because I know how to do it, but it's not working until now. So I just gave up. So imagine if I was posting very bad things on that account and I am kicked out of that account. Imagine what could happen. I'm applying for jobs, or I'm applying for opportunities. Huh? What will happen? Yeah, I see Pumuzo. She says LinkedIn and Instagram profile and organization I work with. You see, that means when people search your name on Google, everything you see, the LinkedIn is coming up, Instagram is coming up. Can you go to the images, see what images is bringing? You see that it brings a lot of things, So we need to be very careful when it comes to these things. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Yeah, I hope you guys have done the exercise. Yeah. Yeah, building credibility and confidence, share your knowledge through blogs, talks, or mentoring. When I started my own journey on LinkedIn or on personal branding, on being a career coach, trust me, I did not really know what I'm doing in life. I was just very, I didn't even know what I'm doing in life. I was just very young, and I didn't know what I'm doing. But I will tell you guys, just be confident on what you are doing. The problem about people, they don't want to start from the scratch. They are seeing people who are very big, and they just want to become very big like them without passing through the small stages. So make sure that on your social media platforms, you are sharing knowledge through blogs, talks, and mentoring. Collaborate with incredible individuals or brands. For example, for me, I have found out that there are some few people we share the same value. I have seen there is Tamanda Kaunda. I think most people who are from Malawi or from Africa, you have seen someone, she's called Tamanda Kaunda. She posts a lot of good things when it comes to personal branding, insights for students. And I saw that, wow, this girl, she aligns a lot of things with me. So what can we do? We started connecting and we started talking. I was like, wow, why can't we conduct free webinars for students and for graduates so that we can help them on their journey? Then she was like, wow, I've been looking for this also. Let's start building webinars. And so far we have done almost 3 webinars together with other guys like Andrew and Davis. So we are 4 people. We have grouped up and we do a lot of webinars just to encourage young people and give them clarity. So through that, we are building a personal brand, and the people are going to know us. Okay. Yeah, something like that. Also, make sure that you are continuously developing newer skills. Trust me, the world is evolving. That means if you had the old skills, things are changing every day. They are going to be outdated. We never knew in the past that we are going to have AI. It was just like, maybe it was still in the lab developing. And now everywhere there's AI. Even people in the villages, they want to buy vegetables from the market. They're going to ask AI, which vegetables are very good today, you know? Like now, even when people are trying to ask out a girl, they're even asking AI. They are like, okay, can you give me some points? What can I say to her? I'm going on a date. You see, so things are just developing very fast. Make sure that you are catching up with your skills, polishing up your skills. Don't just be dominant, like, okay, I have studied this course and let me remain in this field. No, things are evolving. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, so now we are going to talk about the final takes when it comes to personal branding and all that. And I just hope you guys have really enjoyed the session, and I hope that one was very helpful. So, personal branding is a continuous journey. It's not a one day thing. You have to keep updating yourself because when we talk about personal branding, I have said that we are talking about a person. A person is not just stagnant. A person is moving. At some point, you were 20 years old. At some point, you are 25. You are 30. That means when we talk about personal branding, it's a continuous journey. You are evolving. You are working with another company, but now you have moved on to another company. You are evolving. Make sure that you keep updating yourself. Also, be intentional, be authentic, and be consistent. Don't copy what others are doing. You can copy what others are doing and innovate it to become more better, but don't be like them because you have to be different. You have to be different from them. Your personal brand is your career most valuable asset. Remember this whenever you are doing everything out there, that your personal branding is your most career asset because you are going to get so much opportunities. Since I started my personal branding way, trust me, I have seen so much opportunities coming to my way. I have seen so much DMs coming to my way. I've seen people I have never expected to contact me, messaging me that, wow, I love what you are doing, can we do this together? I'm like, wow. So I can't imagine I can have a platform like that. Make sure that you are doing that because it starts from scratch, it starts from small, but it will grow over time and it becomes very big. Okay, so now I think this is almost the end. Can we go to the next slide if there's something else? Yeah, final take. Okay, yeah, final. No, another slide. One second. Okay, so that was the final slide, right? Okay, yeah, nice one. That was the final slide. So yeah, I hope you guys have learned so much. It was kind of short session, but I'm very sorry for eating so much of your time because the network here is bad. And just now, electricity is here, and I'm very happy. At least we have electricity now, so I can charge up my gadgets and keep working. But I'm very happy for you guys to stick around, even though we had a lot of technical issues. But I'm sure that we can do better. And again, for those who just joined us, can you go to the second slide? For those who have just joined us, if you want to know more about me, you can go to that slide and yeah, you can scan this QR code and maybe I can send it to Claudia so that she can.
Oh dear, it looks like James is off again. His network kicked him out. But yes, thank you so much for sticking on. I can see your comments in the comment section. Please keep them coming. Keep them coming. Yeah. So I think when James come back, we will do the questions. So put your questions in the chat while we wait for James. Okay, yeah, he's gone. Okay. Yes, feel free to scan the QR code. Also put your questions in the chat because once he comes in, we'll dive straight into the Q&A. We only have 20 minutes of the session left. We may finish earlier because we started late. So we may finish before 9 o'clock where you are. Or 10 o'clock. But yes, questions in the chat now, in the comments now, and James will take them when he comes back. But yes, let's see. I mentioned that we have the interview skills session next week, and something to mention. If you join the interview skills session next week, you will get a certificate. So you get a certificate for if you're here and you join the interview skills session next week as well, you get a certificate to say you've attended 2 of these life skills sessions, even though it's not a part of the you haven't enrolled for Lifeskills, you get a certificate to acknowledge your participation and attendance to these 2 sessions. So you won't get a certificate if you only attend one. You have to attend both if you to get this certificate. But in the meantime, I should actually put the let me. Okay, so there's a question from Pumuso. Fantastic, thank you very much. For those who've joined later, I'm going to put the link in the chat again. Yes, keep your questions coming because when he joins us, he will be able to answer. So yes, put your questions in the chat if you have any, or anything to clarify as well. And yes, let me go to the chat. Starting from the bottom, I think I put a few things in the chat. Actually, I can read your comments as well. So let's start with James is not here. Okay, yes, he's here. He's back. He's back. Hello.
Yeah,
You're back.
hello.
Yes. Hello. We can hear you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think yeah. Now I'm back. Sorry, I was also kicked out again. I
Ah,
think I lost the connection. Yeah, but thank
yeah.
God at least we were almost done.
Yes. So it's Q&A time now. So
Okay, okay,
I'm trying to. I'll get the questions that are coming in. So yes. So
okay.
first question is from Puma. So I want to get this slide. Let me remove this one. Okay. So it's just the 2 of us, and we can do proper. All right. Okay. So I'll go for Puma's comment. A question.
Mm.
I hope you can see.
Yeah,
So
I have read it somehow.
yes. So I'll read it out for people as well. So she says, thank you for a wonderful session, James. She's learnt a lot and she's asking, are you able to assist us with building our brand or looking uh, at our profiles to give us feedback on how we are doing on building our brand?
Wow, that's a very nice question. Yeah, actually, I do provide a lot of services. So if you can check my that profile, I think you send the QR code, right?
Yes.
Yeah. From that QR code, there's from that link there is what is it called, the link tree, so you can
Mm,
always book an appointment there. And I do help individuals, organizations. So there's a Google form where you can fill it up and I'll see it through the email and we can keep in touch on that one. Okay, but I also do a lot of webinars, as I say, but I don't think I can really do so much for, let's say, everyone individually. But at least when someone books an appointment, whatever, so we can proceed on that one. Yeah, because I do receive so much message. Let's say I have received 1,000 messages, and I feel like it's very hard to tag everyone because I still have to do my other things as a person. Yeah, so
mm.
you just look up to that. Claudia, are you able to send the link?
The link, your link tree link. Yes, I'll do that. I'm just getting it ready. Yeah. I think we've lost your sound again. Okay. Okay, his network issues again. Okay. Okay, so once again, I'm going to share the link to our interview skills session. I'm going to get James's Linktree app. I just give it a second, and I think James should be joining soon. But yes, keep your comments and your questions coming in quick succession. And I hope he joins us soon. Yeah, questions. Okay, no questions yet. getting this ready. Okay. Okay, I have a link, but it's a very long version of it. I don't need all of these, but yeah, this is something. I don't think we need all of those alphabets and numbers, really. I'll try and give a short version. Yeah, let's go for this one. Okay, so there's a link here as well. So link for interview skills is on the screen now, and James's link is on here now. And okay, he's back again.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. I
Yes.
think we can just lash up on the questions so that whenever network happens, at least we should be somewhere. So I have seen that. I'll be in touch. I already followed you. That's nice for me too. I have seen that. Yeah.
Okay. Last another question. I think these are the only two we have. I haven't seen any further questions, just comments. So yes, this is a question. Stanley says, "Thank you for your questions, Pumizo." Stanley says, "How can we position ourselves to the industry by using our personal brand?"
Okay. That's nice. Stanley Kalinde, how can we position ourselves to the industry by using our personal brand? Um, yeah, how can we position? I'm trying to understand where this is coming from and what is he thinking. How can we position ourselves to the industry using our personal branding? That's nice. Okay, so as I said, how can we present ourselves to the industry? So I think the more answer to it is firstly, you have a CV that is a physical CV, as a person. You have a physical CV when you apply for the jobs. But there's also another thing called digital CV. Digital CV is more of how you present yourself and leave blueprints on social media platforms. So that's what we have been talking almost for the whole 1 hour here. That sometimes for the industry, you don't need to tell them who you are, they will search for you, especially when you do better on personal branding. You are going to make a name for yourself. When I started, I don't think most people knew about me, but right now I'm sure there's so much people who knows about me from different countries. I have so much people from Nigeria, from Asia, from Europe, from almost across all the continents. That means I have built a very good network for me. And if those people they have something that they are looking at related to me, they are going to call me. Oh, James, we are doing a certain project. Can we work together on this? So it's always how you are positioning yourself for the industry. You don't need to talk to them. You don't need to do so much, but sometimes people are going to look for you. Okay, so that is called a digital CV. In as much as you have a physical CV to send to the industries, make sure that you have a digital CV that you have as a person on both platforms. Okay, thank you. And if it's possible, you can always also build a very good website for yourself. You can pay developers to build a very good website for you so that you can use it to emphasize to people who you are as a person. Yeah, I think there's another question. Can you read it out? So Stanley, is that okay? Stanley.
Yes, yes. I mean, he may comment when he's able
Okay.
to, but I think you answered the question well. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Thank you. Thank you, Stanley, for the question. And our next question is from Christine. Uh, oh, okay. And she says, how does one coordinate their online, offline presence well?
Okay. So for me, I think it all comes back to being authentic. Because I have mentioned about being authentic, that means it's about who you are or led as a person, and whatever you are putting out there, it's not different from who you are as a person. So let's say I'm James, and this is how I look in real life, and this is how I speak in real life, and this is how I present myself. So the same person that you see on social media, probably you might see the same person when you see face to face, because I'm not trying to be like someone else. You have seen a lot of Instagram models and a lot of influencers on Instagram. These days there's some private jets. not really, it's not an airplane, but it's just like a house they have built that looks like a plane, and the people are going to shoot the videos in that platforms like they were traveling and something. And when you meet them in real life, they didn't even bath, and they didn't even do anything. No makeup. The same person you see on social media is not the same person you see in real life, and you'll be surprised like, wow, what is this
Yeah.
guy saying? Yeah. And
Mm.
you might wonder like, okay, so I've seen some boys, they have asked out some girls on social media platforms, and when they meet for the date face to face, they'll be like, what did I do? So it's always how much you are being authentic as a person. Like, just be yourself. And
Mhm.
because you are being yourself, that means even offline, you are the same person because you are being authentic. So I'm not so sure if that is okay, Christine Newton. Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah, I
Christine, for
think
the
that's okay.
question.
Yeah,
Yes,
but that's a good question. Yeah.
yes, it's a very good question. Yeah, very good question because
Mm,
I mean, if you talk about personal branding, it's not just online, it's also
mm,
what you represent as a person. So
mm, mm,
definitely paying attention to your offline presence is as important as paying attention to your online presence. And
mm,
what you mentioned about the internet is very important. There was a situation in the UK. So one of our ex prime ministers, there was a picture that came out of him smoking marijuana, and I think he was either in university or like what do you call it, high school at that time.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. uh and obviously everyone was shocked by, it's kind of, he was a young person, so they kind of understood that,
Yeah.
this is a picture of someone, a young person living their life. But it kind of tells you that, we don't get these things.
Yeah.
Maybe the person who actually outed it does not like him. These things happen. You
Mm.
end up not being friends with someone, and then they leak out all your dirty laundry. Like, they don't like you,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
they
yeah,
leak
yeah,
out.
yeah.
They say all the things that you've done wrong.
Mm,
So
mm.
I think it's very important to be also become a great person that people can also look at, because as Christians, we're a Christian organization, and you're a Christian. um there's a scripture that says, be the Bible that people read, like be an example to others.
Mm,
So apart from just personal branding, professionalism, like, just be a
mm,
genuinely good person. Let your
mm,
yes be yes and your no be no.
mm,
um
mm, mm,
some
mm.
people say no, but then behind they turn around and say yes. Or
Mm, mm.
little things, they're not faithful people. So I think it's very important that we pay attention to our character when it comes to personal branding, because it makes the whole person.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my 2 cents. And yes, be careful of what you post online. I did the exercise, actually. I did the
Mm,
exercise
mm.
that you mentioned.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll share my results on social media. Um, or maybe I'll share my result now. Let's see.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't.
we can see. Yeah, we can
You want to
see.
see? Ah,
Yeah, we
okay.
wanna see. Wanna see.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I typed in my name. Where is it? I typed in my name in Google.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
AI. Obviously, lots of people call Claudia Newton, but the first person
Yeah.
that showed up in AI mode was actually me.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but this is me. So it's
Yeah.
given like my job title. It's taking it from LinkedIn, I think. It's taking it from LinkedIn. So they
Yeah.
said this individual is
Mm.
based in London. She's a freelance content creator, writer, editor, project manager, founder and director of No Ordinary Life, experience
You
in
see?
teaching, training, events, projects, program coordination and administration, and an interest in program design, stakeholder engagement, data analytics, and storytelling. And to be honest, I think this is actually a good example of personal branding,
Yeah.
because I think
Yeah.
my LinkedIn profile is set in such a way that it's been able to pick out what I represent. And
Mm,
so I
mm,
think when you're creating your LinkedIn profile as well, it's important to really make sure that you pick out things that represent you as an individual, and your
mm, mm,
experience. Because if I struggle to define or summarize what I do, this is a great way of actually, I can
Mm-hmm.
actually see almost and say, yeah, this is me. I don't have to do
Yeah,
too much. Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. You
very
see?
interesting. Yeah, very
Yeah,
interesting. And I'll be
it's
sharing
very
the same
nice. And
media.
yeah, yeah, it's very nice actually. And trust me, you see that. So imagine if someone was just you applied for some opportunities, and they were looking at you, they want to know more about you. I don't think they will screw 20 times, as long as they
Mm,
have this summary. I think it's already kicking in, like they're, oh wow. So even AI is able to put this good summary for this person. That means she's really
mm,
great, because these AIs, the AI agents, we call them the AI agents, they learn from environment. If
yes,
environment does not feed them, that means they cannot feed out. So
yes,
that means if the AI is able to come out with this summary, that means they have took all the data from across social media platforms and combine them into one and bring this kind of product. So
yeah,
people are going to believe it, and it's a very good profile. But
mm,
if something is very narrow or very dull, then people are going to not be interested in you. They're like, wow, so this is the person. And they check the images, you are there at the club, you are there causing troubles, this and that. It doesn't look nice. It doesn't
yeah,
look nice. Yeah,
yeah. Very, very
sure.
true. Yeah,
Yeah,
so we learn a lot today. We learn a whole lot today, and I
yeah,
don't think there's any further questions. Lots of really beautiful comments, which I
yeah,
will screenshot and I'll make a post about a bit
yeah,
later.
yeah, yeah,
But yes, everyone that's joined so far, Stephen, everyone that's joined, I'll take note of your names because
yeah,
if you do join next week's session on interview skills, you will get the certificate. But
yeah,
yes, huge thank you for joining today. And despite the technical bits, you still stayed, and I
yeah,
think some even invited other people. So it's been a
mm,
great session. Thank you so much,
yeah,
James. And
yeah. So,
any final words? Any final words?
from me, yeah, I think my final words, uh, I might just say that, as young people, again, as we talk, because for me, it's coming from a Christian perspective. I do believe in God, and I do believe in opportunities, and I do believe in building things from scratch, from nothing, because I'm kind of a testimony of it. Like, so as a young people, don't look down on yourself.
Mm,
Whatever opportunities out there, try it. Whatever something that you can do, try it. I have advised a lot of young people. They are not studying because they are waiting for the right time. Trust me, in
mm,
this life that we are living in, there is no right time. The right time is the
mm,
time that you are thinking that I wish I could do this. That means if that mindset is coming into you, asking yourself that, wow, what can I do? Why should you ask yourself that, what is the right time? Because if these ideas has started to come in, that means that is the right what? That is
mm,
the right time, because all these years you have never thought about it. And today you are thinking about it. So that is the right time. So don't wait for the resources to come in. Don't let to have so much money. Don't let to have so much friends. Don't let to have a very good job for you to start things. Start now, and the rest you can just handle them to God, that, okay, I'm starting this new life, and help me. And I'm sure God, over time, as you work hard, He opens more opportunities. That's what even happened to me, because I started as small, and it's growing big. I never knew that I could meet Claudia one day, right? But
yeah,
we are
yeah.
good now. Like we know each other, and we have never met face to face. But if we ever meet face to face, then it will be like we have known each other for 10
For a
years.
long
That's
time.
what
Yeah.
life is. Because she has known me through social media, and she has read almost most of my posts, and she already have an idea of who I am as a person. And if I meet her, I don't have to introduce myself like, okay, I'm James, I'm this, I'm this. Now she already have that idea. So present yourself well out there. You never know who is watching. And I want to talk about silent watchers,
Mm,
silent viewers. There's some other people who views your profile. They will never talk to you, but they read almost every post that you are posting. And those people, one day you might receive an email, or you might receive a message like, oh, James, I've been following you for 10 years now, but wow, I think now we can work on something. I'm developing a company, or I'm doing a project in Africa. So I think you are the best person that I can reach out in Africa. you might be surprised that I'm doing a very big project with a certain company here in Africa because I express myself very well. So it goes like that. Don't wait
Mm,
for the lifetime. Start now, and don't be lazy. Even if something is not perfect, but as long as you are studying, you figure out along with the way that, oh, I think I'm not doing very well, I have to touch here and there, then you are going to make it perfect. But if you don't start, how can you know that this is my weak point and this is my strength? Because you never start. So just to start. I've seen a lot of young people telling me, bro, you always post every day on LinkedIn and the social media. How do you do it? Do you have so much time in the world? But actually, I don't even have so much time in the world. I'm one of the busiest person. Like, I'm working on so much projects and so much things at once. But how do I manage it? It all comes back to the passion,
mm,
understanding that this is what I want in life, this is who I am, and this is what I want to become. So no matter the obstacles, I still need to do it. Sometimes I'm posting on LinkedIn while I'm traveling or while I'm at a very busy place, but I will just write a very good post in 5 minutes. Trust me,
mm,
sometimes
mhm.
it only takes 10 minutes to write a very good post. You just editing on the phone. It's very easy. I know you guys text your girlfriends or boyfriends maybe 20 paragraphs within these 5 minutes, especially when you are very angry. You post, you always message longer posts. Within 5 minutes you can write too much words. Why can't you use that energy to write a good post in 2 minutes, or while you are traveling, or while you are on a busy day? So
Yeah.
it's all comes back to the passion. It all comes back to the seriousness of how you take your life, how you value your future, and where you're going as a person, something like that. Okay.
Mm,
Yeah, I
mm.
think that can be my final words, I guess. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, James. Very, very
Um.
important. I think all comes up to whatever you want to do. Don't
Yeah.
wait for
Yeah.
the right. I mean, it's good to is yeah. Don't wait too long for the right time. Obviously, pray about it, but
Yeah.
start.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think that what the two of us we had a conversation, and it's actually very interesting how we both started. How
Yeah.
James started Thrive Bridge in Malawi, and how I started No Ordinary Life. So
Yeah.
it's kind of similar situation. I had graduated, looking for a job for 4 whole years, guys. 4 whole years.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find a job, and I've got all of these qualifications and experience, and I couldn't find a job. And I thought, you know what, I don't want to keep waiting for people to employ me. I'm going to employ myself, and I'm going to help people to be employable. So
Yeah.
that's how New Ordinary Life started. And how many years now? Probably almost 9 years since I started No Ordinary Life. And my passion is for people to be innovators, employers, good employees if they're employed, and just have a good life, a successful life, and how to navigate struggles or challenges easily with the
Yeah.
mindset and critical thinking skills. And it's very interesting that that's kind of really what ThriveBit also wants to do. So
Yeah.
we're gonna there's something coming out from both No Ordinary Life and Thrive Bridge, and we'll at the right time we'll announce it. But yes, in Malawi, look forward to some really awesome things to come with the both of us soon. And yes, so thank you for this session, James. And we have a
Yeah.
lot of thank yous in the comments. Stanley says insightful presentation. I think Christina also said the same. Let's
Mm.
see. Hope will be joining us next week. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Hope. And yes, Stephen also said the same thing. And so, yes, basically just a lot of thank yous. So, thank you very much, James. And
Yeah. Well,
hopefully, we'll have you another time um, for another session, or other way around, you can have me also another
yeah.
time as well, whenever.
Yeah.
And we'll
Yeah.
keep the helpful conversations happening.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, help people and support people, and just basically just connect with people.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm sure next time I'm going to arrange so that my internet is good and at least there's not too much issues. But
Yeah,
Africa is very unpredictable, so you do the you plan for something, then the internet will be like, wow, I'm going to let you down this time. But
yeah,
the time
yeah.
that you don't need it, you have a very high speed internet. So it's weird, but we are trying, and that's where we are going as young people. We are seeing all these problems, so we need to build our networks that are very speedy like other countries. So we
Mm,
should not just be complainers of problems that are happening in Africa. But
Yeah.
why can't we be change makers? Because we always say, our leaders are not very good. Yes, our leaders are not very good, but you are the leader of today and tomorrow. Why can't you be a very good leader and do something? So I'm sure as we go on, we are going to build very good young people who can build and very who can build very good systems very
Mm,
fast and very innovative, to the point that our next generation doesn't have to complain the same issues that we are complaining.
mm,
Because I'm sure some other people have lost opportunities because of internet connection. Imagine
mm.
if this was my interview for a job that is going to pay me almost a lot of dollars.
Ah,
That
oh
should be
dear.
gone. Yeah, so we need to do better as a
Yeah,
continent.
yeah. And
Yeah.
and hopefully there'll be someone from this session will come up with a new network um that
Yeah.
will be no internet issues
Yeah,
and
probably.
guaranteed no internet issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you all so much for joining. We shall bid you uh a good night and see you soon. Follow our social media pages, both Thrive Bridge Malawi and also No Ordinary Life. However, you were able to register, use the same link. The link tree for No Ordinary Life has all our social media platforms, and I've been putting the link for the interview skills session into the chat. So hopefully you still have that, and we hope to see you next week or some other time. And have a good night, everybody. Bye
Okay,
bye.
thank you. Yeah, have a good night, Claudia. Thank you for the
Thank you,
opportunity.
James.
Yeah,
Bye,
okay.
everyone.